It's a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much. Where are you joining us from? Are you in Sardinia?
Oh yes, well
Yeah.
we are all in Sardinia, and in this period, as much as possible, we are doing stuff like preparing for our future tour live show. We hope,
Yeah.
and maybe we are very busy in this period. I'm just saying because we are composing new material and new stuff for the new album. So.
Yeah.
It's not the great time, but for these things, yes, it's
Yeah.
a great time.
Hey, and you're obviously on an island. How are things in terms of the pandemic there? Has it been bad in Sardinia as like the rest of Italy?
Yes, in the sense that after these Christmas holidays, maybe it is just a little disaster because now maybe on every weekend the Italian government maybe decide to do a soft lockdown. Maybe we can't go out
Yeah.
from our common, so our country, our city, and so we rest at home.
Sure.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Well, we won't talk about COVID any more than we have to. Let's talk about things to do with Souls of Diotima.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So let's start off at the beginning, if you don't mind, because obviously, whilst you've been around for quite a long time, 2004, I think you formed.
Yes. Yes.
Obviously, quite a lot of people won't know who you are, and hopefully that will change with the new album. Can you give me a little bit of background about how the band got together and how you started out on the journey?
Yes, of course. The idea to form a band started from Giorgio because together with his brother was born from a passion for music, which they shared since they were little, and from their desire to share this with other people. And so also the name of the band, this is because the founder and drummer of the band Giorgio is a doctor of philosophy. So when the band when the band was formed, he was in the middle of his university studies. So from his studies came the name Diotima, a Greek priestess. So I think everybody knows, mentioned in Platon's Symposium. And so from that we face these kind of topics, of course, not necessarily purely in philosophic way, but also in a lighter way. So we pay close attention not only also for that to the music, but also to our lyrics.
Yeah.
So after we shared, of course, the stage with a lot of bands. So we did festivals, tour. So a lot of stuff, of course, and this is our fourth album. So we recorded other 4 albums before that. So yes.
Sure, brilliant, great. So you're now on album 4, as you say, and I just wanted to go back to the third album, which was recorded in 2016. That was The Sorceress Reveals. You had quite a high-profile producer as part of the production team in Jens Bogren. Who's very well known and very well regarded in the music world. How did you get involved with him? How did he become part of the production team for your band then?
Oh, this is a good question because this started from our profound passion for the Sweden sound, the North European sound.
Yeah.
This is because it's so dark sound. So we made a profound research for found the right studio and also the right people with who worked, and we find Jens Bogren not only because he's known all over the world practically, but because he made his works fantastic, and also because he helped the bands and the guys who came there to recording the album to achieve to this kind of sound research. So this is important, but also for this last time, we also made possible our goal of the sound thanks to the support of our latest producer, Oscar Nilsson. Because he fully understands what we wanted to achieve with our sound. So that's great, because this is what we wanted. We love the Swedish sound, and I think they are mastering that masterpiece. So fantastic.
Yeah, I would agree. There is very much a Northern European sound with your music, but you still retain your individuality and the Mediterranean feel, which I think you want to keep. Yeah.
Of course, I think this Mediterranean sound is because we want to put our honestly, our life, our style in our music. So not make something like a bad copy of someone else, but we wanted to achieve our sound. So Mediterranean style, Mediterranean music, I think people gave this name, but for us it's simply our music, our style. So it's not the name, but because our composition started from Sardinia, from our homeland, so from all this stuff. So I think it's great, these things.
Sure. You know what we're like in the metal world. We love to put a label on everything, don't we? So
yes. But you see that we founded the label, right?
Yeah.
Also, we founded the label in London, of course. So, but because in this period, I think, maybe we founded it 3 years ago, or maybe 4 years ago. Now we are in 2021. Okay, 4 years ago, and I think now, in particular, it was a great idea, because in this period, I think that we can take care in the best way we want our stuff, our albums, our songs, our things, and this is not mean that in the future we can have a contract with other labels, of course, but I think in this period maybe it was the best choice, because in this way we can take care of us in every level. So I think it's great.
It gives you a bit more control over how you do things. Yeah.
Exactly, of course. In particular in this period, because this crisis for the pandemic, it is a tragedy. So I think it was, of course, the best choice. Maybe if the thing maybe will good the next year, I don't know, at the end of this year, of course, we want also help other bands, because also we have a management agency. So I think also will be great help other bands to achieve what we want to get. So I think also for this reason, it was great.
Yeah. And of course, it's in some respects, it's good timing, because everyone is making music because they can't go and play live. So that will be helpful.
Exactly. In fact, this period, was, of course, a sad period for many reasons, but for other many reasons, I think it was great, because such of inspiration things, I think maybe new composition, maybe also for preparing for a tour, because preparing for a tour requires a lot of time. So I think it was great, can start from this point, and when we go back on tour, maybe could be great. Also for this reason, we have a lot of time for preparing that.
Absolutely, yeah. Great. Let's talk a little bit about the new record, because that's obviously why we're here to have a chat, is about Janice. It's released in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
When did you actually? And I've been very much enjoying the first few listens I've had of it. I think it's a really good record, really vibrant and really lively. So I think it should do well if people get their ear to it.
Thank you.
When did you actually You're welcome. When did you actually get the writing and the recording of it done? Because obviously albums take quite a while to actually get from the first note to the actual finished product. When did you actually start all the writing for the album?
Oh, this is a good question because we started probably since the previous album, because when we finished to record the other album, the previous one, the Sorcery Reveals Atlantis, just we knew that our direction will be another direction, because we removed all this superstructure, orchestral superstructure. We want and we searched a lot of clear things, clear stuff based on sensations, so something more immediate for our fans. So also Yanas is a concept album, of course. It is the second chapter of a journey that began with the previous one, and so about the stories and legends of our land, Sardinia, because our island is full of wonderful mythological tales and characters, esoteric stories, such great stuff, and so it's a truly fascinating historical and cultural journey. And it was great because since the end of the Sorcery Reveals Atlantis, we thought about Yanas, about how can make it, and about music, of course, about the lyrics. So it was a hard work that starts with an idea from one of us, because generally, for example, the first idea, musical idea, generally started from Antonio, our bass player, who composed the music structure, which is after arranged until everyone is satisfied with it, of course. But after, there is our compositional stage comes in a very spontaneous way. And so we also know our music needs to reach people's ear. So the second stage after that needs to be a more contemplated, and so found also our signature style. So it was hard but simple in the same time, because after recorded the Sorcery Reveals Atlantis, we totally understand what do after. And so comes Yanas.
Sure. And where did you actually record it? Were you able to record it in Sardinia, or did you go to Sweden, or how did it record?
Oh, no, we recorded every time in Sweden. Here in Sardinia, still the situation is so particular. In fact, here in Italy in general, we have less support than other countries.
Okay.
Because here the music situation is so strange, because in Italy there is a particular way to approach music. I don't know why. I don't know if because here goes pop music or maybe dance music. I don't know how call this kind of music. Maybe dance in general. So it's a particular way to approach music. Our style is not supported a lot here. So I think maybe we can come back in Sweden, of course, because we want this kind of sound, of course, and also because we met such a lot great person, not only in a professional way but also in a personal way. So it will be great to come back there. Will be great.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that I've really enjoyed about the album is that there's a lot of variety. I think what you often find with, I won't name any names, but some bands that play similar styles of music to you can listen to an album and it's very much the same song over and over again with little tweaks. So there's a lot of variation in your songs. You know, if you listen to like the Black Mask and then the Princess of Navarre and My Roots and stuff like that, they're all very different songs. Do you have a lot of involvement in, do you write the lyrics?
We have involved every time and over time, because we like so much the modern metal, the modern sound, because we think that 80s, 90s are passed. So I think the best way go to the future with another kind of sound. In fact, we inspired by Sweden band also for this reason, because we like so much Northern Europe sound, like In Flames, Moustache, Evergrey, Avatar, such as these kind of bands. So we put these in music, but also our history help us to find some experimentation things and stuff. Because, for example, Black Mask, which is immediately defines the record, the most incisive songs. Or Sleep Demon, because it's the most alternative and modern song on the album. So we could also consider that the riskiest one is because it's a mix between metal and electropop, maybe something like that. And also Princess of Navarra, because it's the ballad. So maybe we have no rules. So we are inspired in this case from our traditions, our life, our homeland, and we like to put in music our life and our honest. I don't know if I can explain better this concept that I want to say, because we prefer the band who put with honest their stuff without copy or maybe take such a lot of inspiration from other bands. So I prefer this kind of things, of course.
No, sure. That's fine. I must ask you a little bit about the story of the Black Mask, because it's really interesting about this creature with a mask who dresses in fur and carries cowbells and all the rest of it. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Because the single is really, as you say, it was the first song. It really grabs you, but the story behind it is really interesting.
Of course. In fact, the Black Mask is about a well-known figure in Sardinia, who is the Mamutones. Is a creature with a black mask who dresses in fur with heavy cowbells on its back. So together with 12 other similar creatures, jumps rhythmically, sounding its bell to warn of its passage. So this characteristic dance, maybe sometimes also when I and we were child, was considered so macabre, so maybe so sad, so strange. But now I think it was great, because this part is reproduced in several parts of the song. And the Mamutones, of course, still perform today during pagan festival and events in Sardinia. So I think a lot of visitors and a lot of tourists maybe come here to see them, because it's a fascinating figure even today, because resting somewhere between the devilish and the sacred, the man who dons a costume to become half human and half animal. So also the sound of the pacing has been etched into our minds since our childhood. So for us it's normal, but I think it's interesting for tourists, Mamutones, in a lot of Sardinia events. So someone come for that, I think.
So when you guys play live next, can we expect to see you doing the dance while you're singing it?
Oh, maybe no. Oh, for me, maybe me, no, of course. Maybe I will be so concentrated on my sing part, so I think it will be impossible. Maybe the other one, maybe bass player, guitarist, maybe yes, not a drummer, of course. Impossible.
So you've released two singles now. I think you released the title track last week, wasn't it?
Yes, of course, Yanas.
And I had a look at your Facebook page when I was preparing for the interview, and It seems that one and Black Mask seem to have had very good reaction from the fans. Is that fair?
Of course, yes, but I think also Yanas. Maybe probably the Black Mask is an immediate song instead of Yanas, because Yanas it was of course a great song, of course. And maybe with the Black Mask best represents the essence of the entire album, but this one, Yanas, is one of the most metal tracks with continuous changes in atmosphere, very fast rhythms, the more open poses, and the chorus, I think, that never leaves your head. So I think it's great. But I think for a certain kind of audience, maybe could be the best choice the Black Mask instead of Yanas. It depends by the people, of course, because I think also Yanas explodes into precise riffs with drum and bass. So I think it was great, but maybe we choose that like a title track. I think also Yanas both have a great success. I think yes.
Yeah.
Maybe the album.
Yeah, sure. So I've got to be honest, your voice is incredible. I'm really enjoying listening to it. And you've obviously been singing for a long time. So who were your early who were the people that you enjoyed, the bands and the singers that got you to think about singing in the early days? Who were your first influences?
In reality, I started to sing since when I was child, and I think my first teacher was a lyrical teacher, a lyrical singer, I think, if I remember well. But after I changed totally because she helped me because of the brief stuff, the brief technique, of course. But maybe this style changed my voice in a particular way that I did not like so much. So I want to change, and I called another teacher, maybe a modern singer. But at the beginning, I was inspired by a totally different singer, not metal singer, but Whitney Houston, in Italy, Antonella Ruggero, Mattia Bazar. So such a great bands here. And after, when I entered in Souls of Diotima, after maybe yes, I found other singer, but at the beginning also man voice, like Bruce Dickinson, of course, Freddie Mercury. So first I liked very much the man voice, and after I tried to put myself and create my voice, my style, not to copy someone else, also in the music, but also on that, I think I tried to search my dimension, my feelings when I sing. So yes, inspired, yes, but not exactly the copy of someone else. I try to do my style, my stuff, and so and maybe also I'm continue with my study because I want to up my level, of course, if it's possible. To up my level. Yes.
Sure. So you are one of a growing number now of female singers that are fronting male bands, for want of a better word. You know, it's you as the female singer, and then there are quite a lot of bands around like that now. Are there any bands in particular who carry that kind of female fronted label that you particularly admire these days, that you've even played with?
I don't remember now because now we don't play from a long time. I remember we play with a Belgium, I think, band with yes, a woman, so a female voice, called Solitude Within, I think. She was really great. I appreciate so much
Yeah.
her voice. And I think also because in this time, but I think maybe from years now, I think be a woman in a man bands uh, is great, but maybe is a, responsibility, I think, because you have to do so much things. You have to do stuff for maybe to be on stage in a good way, in a
Yeah.
professional way. So to think about that, to
Hmm.
think about vocal lines, to think about I don't know, the recording parts, because it's so hard for a singer
Yeah.
recording in this way, I think. Maybe in a satisfied, of course, level, but it's hard. So maybe make some stuff, maybe probably sometimes the woman are better than than the men. I don't know if it's a sad thing to say, but I think that yes, it's great because we have such organizer things, and
Yeah.
so in the life, in the normal life. So I think put it in the music. Maybe it's a great thing. It's helpful for us.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. And what about music that you listen to in the here and now? What kind of bands do you listen to now? Do you listen to all types of music or no music, or what do you
Oh,
listen
of course. I think the best way to do music is listen to all kind of music. So also classical
to? Yeah.
music, sometimes also pop music, because
Yeah.
if the pop music is making in a great way, so it's good also listening to it. And so I think also pop music, not only metal, so also rock music. But in every case, I think that listen uh, to so much genre, musical genre, I think can be helpful for create music for the our inspirations, of course,
Yeah.
for personal culture also, I think, because I like every time of music if this music is great. It's not important if is metal or not metal. This for me is not important. Of course, I listen
Hmm.
to every kind of music. Yes, and
Yeah.
also I like discover every time something different. So it's good.
Yeah. Great. Great. So just to finish off then, the album is due out on the 29th.
Of course.
Obviously you're not in a position to actually promote it by playing live shows. Are you doing anything on the day to on social media or anything to promote it?
On social media, of course, every day we search and we find the right way to promote that. But I think if it's possible, of course, will be great to come back on tour. Maybe on October. We are thinking
Yeah.
about October 2020, but I don't know
Hmm.
if it could be possible. And we will want to start from Czech Republic, because we plan that also before this pandemic
Okay.
period. So I think, because I think the live shows are and is the best way to promote an album, because okay,
Yeah.
it's easy promote on YouTube, on Facebook, on Spotify, but I think the best way, and also for the audience, is promote that in live shows, festivals. So have a direct contact with the audience. This is missed so much in this period. So
I'm sure you do. Yes, I'm sure you do. Sure.
Yeah.
And obviously looking forward, apart from obviously getting back to playing some live shows, you've said that you're already writing more music for the next album. Is that right?
Yes, of course. In this period, yes, we create and we are composing new material, new stuff. Of course, is only the beginning of the process, of course, because we are only to put some ideas, some stuff, but only the structure. Maybe we have already 1 or 2 songs complete, but is not complete before entering in the studio. So I think is so much. No, I don't want to say anything because these are only the basis. So yes,
sure. Brilliant. Claudia, it's been a pleasure to speak to you, and I wish you every luck with the album. If people want to buy it or listen to it, what's the best place to find it? Your Facebook page? Will the links be on there?
Yes, because there is a link of also pre-order the album. It is also available now. So who wants to buy also from now the album, there is the link, yes, on Facebook page. But you can find us also on YouTube, on Spotify, on the main platforms, main online platforms. So yes.
Brilliant. Great. Well, it's been a pleasure to speak to you, and I hope the album goes very well. And
thank you.
Fingers crossed we can get to see you back doing what you do best, which is playing live in the near future.
Oh yes, it's the best way to come back, and maybe hope to see you in London. So of course we want to in United Kingdom because also part of our family live there. So it could be a pleasure meeting you.
Lovely. I look forward to it. You take care now, and thanks again for your time.
Thanks, Paul, and stay safe.